No, Stephen. Absolutely not. You may not have brown sauce with your premium Cornish back bacon. Savage! Start off. Before I put my ladle somewhere you might regret. Hello. Welcome to Her Royal Majesty's prison. I remember you. Yes. You were at the B&B. The Camp Queen. Oh, I remember. I remember all of my guests. It's my prerogative. Ben. Oh my. Out of the frying pan. Into the bloody fire. Ben. I ran the Camp Queen B&B in Blackpool. Well, it would appear that we've both hit hard times, so you can save your judgments to yourself. Oh, it's a tragic tale, truly one for the ages. Yes, I am here at Her Majesty's resplendent pleasure. Larceny. No. Embarrassingly tragic. Though you were there, you might very well remember the scandal that landed me, hot water and got me into this hot kitchen. Well, you know what they say. If you can't stand the heat, shut up. Devon, please. Can't you see I'm trying to have a conversation? You can have your tea in a minute. Be patient. These lights, honestly. So yes, anyway, you probably remember my little fracas with a gentleman, a supplier named Reg, and, well, dare I call her a counterpart, a peer, a fellow industrialist of the bed and breakfast variety. No, Mrs. Braithwaite is, as she always has been, a bitch. However, that bitch now owns the Camp Queen, and I am at the service of a much less camp one. The Cocoa Pops. Did you not see the papers? 'Twas I, all along, embezzling those chocolate puffs. You should have seen what the tabloids called me. Serial embezzler. They also called me variants upon Cocoa Puff, but it's the tabloids for you. Homophobic and not very creative. So, as you well know, the price for cereal-related larceny Yes, life imprisonment, without the possibility of parole. Fortunate I am that it was in this country. Most other countries carry the death sentence for such a heinous dairy and snack-related crime. But here I am, resolute, and for what it's worth, rather enjoying prison life. Yes. Well, it's much easier to meet people here than going to the Green Commons, wouldn't you agree? Oh, there. How long are you in for? Oh, a trifle, my dear. Don't worry. You'll be out before you know it. We don't have trifle on today, but your experience will be as one. Oh, yes. Well, I've taken a lot of my expertise in bed and breakfast and applied the same principles here. So, the warden, who is an utter bore, don't bother, decided to put me in charge of the kitchen. And here I am. That's why I have the ladle. Yes. I also am in charge of a gang. What do you think I called them? The Camp Queens, of course. Originally, it was mainly, well, miscreants, men of the road, rent boys, vagabonds, the such. The Aryan Brotherhood were very keen to join, but, well, my heritage and my orientation don't really align with their repulsive beliefs. Did you hear? We have a celebrity in the prison. Oh, yes. I don't know if you like baking. No, it's not Mary. This is a boys' prison for boys. No. Paul Hotwood. Yes. Well, apparently he had a little fracas of his own. Ended up killing a pastry chef and a baker. The police found them both there. Brown bread. I joke, but no, he committed several murders. In fact, he's become leader of the Aryan Brotherhood. So we're enemies. I shall shank him one hard if I see him. Oh no, he looks awful. Completely lost the tan. He is painfully pale. The glow of his blue eyes dulled through life experience. Yes, prison. It makes animals of us all. And yet, here I am, yammering on. Chop, 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 like last night's lobster. Definite. You know, what I do with the ladle, if people interrupt me. I apologize for these animals. If it's not brown sauce on bacon or chipotle, it's watered down balsamic reductions or, heaven forbid, ketchup. Yeah. I'm speaking to the warden at length about the class of prisoner that he is letting into his fine establishment. I mean, really. If you knew that you were going to be stuck with a bunch of louts for the rest of your life, would you stay here? I certainly would not. Which is why I and the Camp Queens have attempted to gentrify this prison to make it feel a bit more Blackpool, a bit more West End, a bit more, well, Hollywood. Not Paul Hollywood, obviously. He's a bitch. Now, Mary Berry, lovely woman. She stayed at the Cat Queen once. Not the gang, the B&B in Blackpool that you stayed at. What a dreamboat, honestly. Anyway, as they say here, core blimey, governor, don't half go on, do I? Today's dinner menu, if it pleases you. Does it please you? Wonderful. Wonderful. Here are your options now. I apologize in advance. The ingredients, the sauces, the proteins. We are still in negotiation with suppliers. The warden doesn't want to extend too much of a budget to prison food, but I'll whittle him down, grease a few bowls, and kiss him and such. Yes. So the menu is limited. Do not judge. Understand? Whoa. Itchy nose. Sorry. I'll change gloves later. No one cares anyway around here. I do apologize in advance for the brutish, devolved, base menu that we have on offer, but I hope that you forgive me. You may choose from a main of the following: sensual, seductive var salmon with cucumber and lemon creme fraiche. I know, creme fraiche. What is this? Jamie's bloody kitchen. Salaciously slow-cooked hen's egg with truffle, romanesco, and mushroom faux. We wanted to do a reduced jus for it, but again, there were grumblings from the white supremacists. Sultry sea brie with sea vegetables and champagne sauce. Oh yes, it is quite the saucy little number. That's the warden's favourite. I cook him for it on Friday nights. Oh, yes. Gregariously gorgeous goose liver with spiced pineapple and gingerbread. We always include the gingerbread as gingerbread Ben. It is the preference of prisoners. Appetizingly affecting artichoke velouté with hazelnut and croque monsieur. Yes, Jerusalem artichokes. They will bugger you up for a few days, but my goodness, it's worth getting buggered for, trust me. Oh, yes, the croque monsieur. It is a crock of beauty. Egg on bread. What could be better? Brilliantly bodily brill with brandard, watercress, and the Cornish bacon that I mentioned earlier. Fucking hell, Devon. Please wait. You may not. I repeat, under threat of Ladle, have brown sauce with the back bacon. Beautiful and brush braised veal cheek with root vegetables and Madeira sauce. A little taste of Brighton for you. And finally it remains lusciously lovely loin of lamb with caramelized shallot and salt-baked turnip. Can you guess which one is my favorite? Oh, you know me well. That's right, none of them. I like dessert. So, here are your three options. Enticing, exotic fruit souffle with banana and rum ice cream. Or appropriately vain apple and vanilla cheesecake with Calvados ice cream. Or a British cheese board. Oh, yes, and we do have a champagne of the month. I apologize for how puerile it is. 'Tis a childish wine. I will be the first to admit such, but it is a champagne, not a cava, not a prosecco. Could you imagine? Before I arrived, they were serving Italian sparkling wine and calling it champagne. I said to the warden, I said, you cannot do this. Not only are you lying to the prisoners, the most discerning customer here, but you are lying to yourself. You are saying to yourself that DOP product of Italy is the same as champagne from France. Well, I'm a little embarrassed to admit it, and I'm not usually one for violence, hence why I'm in prison. But I punched the warden in the face. And you know what? He respected me for it. He said, Ben, you have bruised, but you have opened my eyes. These lies, they cannot continue. He said, not only am I lying to the prisoners, but I'm lying to every other prisoner to come. Imagine when Boris Johnson gets in here following a scandal, probably something to do with money or women, and they sit him down and say, Bojo, you old prick, here you go, have a glass of bubbly. And he goes, because you can't understand him. But what he's asking for is champagne. And the warden, dressed in a tuxedo, walks down with a silver plate and hands him Prosecco. Well, Boris Johnson would have a fit, wouldn't he? I mean, is he having a fit anyway? No one knows. No one cares. But you cannot lie to the customer. I learned that the hard way. When I shaved Cocoa Pops off the top of the orders. A blade braid. The champagne. It is a Perrier Jouet Grand Brut, silvery gold in the glass, vibrant and stylish, characterized by a delicate floral aroma and harmoniously effervescent bouquet. Oh my. Are you hot? You need a cool down. Yes, I don't blame you. The menu. Embarrassing. So basic. Oh. We're right back at the Camp Queen in Blackpool. Back with my beautiful navy foam, drab wallpaper, ostentatious and gluttonous nightlife. But here we are, you and I, prison. So, which one would you like? Main first. Of course. There you go. What about dessert? Of course. Plop that on your tray. And would you like a glass of wine? Of course. There you go. On the tray. Oh. Wait. Before you bugger off, I want to say how wonderful it is to see a friendly face. I thought the only friendly face I was going to see would be the mirror for the rest of my days. But you and I will be great friends, I'm sure. Now, I don't know if you've seen the notice board yet, or if you've thought about which of the gangs you'd like to join, but I would like to put in a strong case for joining the Camp Queens. Well, there are fringe benefits, as well as other denims, jackets and things, but we would also look after you too, and we ask nothing in return, apart from one thing. That's right. Each year in the prison there is a competition, an ice skating competition. You would, as a member of the Camp Queen gang, have to take part in this ice skating competition. And what is more, we would expect you to at least be a runner-up. But apart from that, absolutely no responsibilities, expectations, or ties. But you could join the mafia. But then do you know what you'd be drinking? Prosecco. That's right. La Cosa Nostra, or whatever they call themselves. They don't coaster much when it comes to finery. Anyway, something to think about as you settle into your cell. Oh, by the way, we have high tea at noon in the prison. Savages, I know. And they only show reality television, excluding true crime. Oh, poor Hollywood is furious that he can't watch himself. He is boiling over, baking, you could say. Oh, anyway, I've given you quite enough. Why don't you toddle off, and I'll see you later. We're going on a skiing trip tonight for the prison. All right, Devon, what would you like? A bloody boiled egg.